So if you count this video, I've now reached 25 videos on my channel and one YouTube short. Now, if you watched my video called Why I'm Doing YouTube in 2022, you would have hopefully seen what my goal is with this channel. If you didn't, then I'll just quickly play that clip for you now. My goal is just to make 50 videos and then see where I'm at the end of it, and then sort of reevaluate from there. Just a side note, you'll have to forgive me for my moustache. I'm doing Movember, more on that later. So I uploaded my first video on March 25th, 2022. So I've been doing it for quite a few months now. How many months actually is that? 8 months ago. So I've made 25 videos in 8 months. That is also 36 weeks. So that effectively means I've made a video every 1.44 weeks, which, to be honest, that's better than what I was expecting. I set the goal of making a video pretty much every 1 to 2 weeks, because if you don't know anything about YouTube and anything about growing a YouTube channel, the one thing that everyone will say is you need to be consistent, and that was one thing that I really wanted to focus on, but I found it really hard because life gets very busy. However, I'm still doing it 8 months later, which is normally a good sign. So in general, I've been uploading a video once every 1 to 2 weeks on average. More recently, it's been quite irregular just because I've been so busy, but also I think it's because I've been trying to make like really good videos and taking longer to do that. And although that's, you know, good in some ways, if you ask anyone, particularly what I've learned from Ali Abdul, because he's the guy I always mention on this channel, it's so much better to do quantity rather than quality when you're starting out like I am now. So the best way I can learn really is just by making more and more videos more regularly, trying to be less perfectionist about it, and just trying to make a video as often as I can, really. If you look back over all my videos, you'll see the sort of progression of what topics I've talked about. It massively started with my placement and job hunting, and I felt really passionate about that topic, and yeah, I still do, but I feel like I've made quite a few videos in that area to the extent where that's sort of, I'm fairly happy with where that is right now, and I've slowly progressed into more generic areas such as, you know, productivity and desk setups and tech, and more recently I've been focusing a bit more on university, and that sort of leads me into what my vague niche could be moving forward. Quite often my videos are based around things that I wish I knew last year, so I think that's sort of the channel aim at the moment, is to help the equivalent of me last year, people who are going through the things that I went through last year, and I can hopefully give them advice of what I wish I knew last year, basically.
Okay, so you might be able to notice that I have got an interesting looking moustache right now. And for those that don't know, November is normally a month, especially in the UK, I don't know if they do it anywhere else, where we do Movember, which is basically a month where we talk about men's health a lot more. I'm particularly focusing on men's mental health, and I'm growing a ridiculous looking moustache to raise money. I've actually already hit my goal, but I'm always looking for more people to give to this cause, because I think it's really important. So if you are interested in giving maybe to my moustache and to men's health in general, then I'll put a link in the description, and you'll feel free to give whatever you want. If it's just £1 to much more, whatever you can give, that would be awesome. Thank you so much.
One interesting thing that I have learned is that the amount of effort and energy and creativity that I put into a video is definitely not directly proportional to the number of views or the popularity from people. Some of my videos where I've kind of just rocked up and tried to give my best advice and not been perfectionist about the editing have done really quite well. Most recently I put quite a lot of effort into a video about lecture notes, which I'm still really proud of actually, and I think it's a really good video, but it has probably had the least views on my channel out of any video, even the ones I first made. So it just shows to me that actually I don't need to worry so much about trying to make the perfect video, because ultimately all that matters is I just got to keep ticking over, keep making videos, keep putting out useful information, at least what I feel is useful information, and it will grow from there. Another thing that I've learned, which seems pretty obvious, is that the longer the video is, the more editing that you have to do, which is kind of obvious, but I didn't think I actually realised this. So for example, I uploaded a video called The 12 Lessons I Learned from 12 Months on Placement, which if you want to watch is up here, and that's over 20 minutes long, and that's just because I had 12 lessons to share, which takes a while to share, and that really taught me that the longer the video is, you're going to spend far more time on editing. So that sort of made me think that really at the moment, with the amount of time I have available to do YouTube, I need to keep my videos shorter so that I'm spending less time editing and just sort of packing in the information that I want to share that's relevant, so that I don't spend way too long editing and no time on my university work. So what is my approach going forward? Well, like I said, I'm halfway to my goal of 50 videos, and that is still the goal, to make 50 videos, and then I'll see where I go from there. Again, niche-wise, I'm starting to maybe a little bit narrow it down. However, I've definitely have not niched down, as people say. I've not got a really specific area that I want to focus on. I'm still fairly broad, and that's okay at the moment, because as I said in my previous video, my first 50 videos are really for me to learn how to make better videos. That's a lot of waffling. Ultimately, from this point, what I want to do is continue to make videos regularly, and I'm not going to set a specific number, but what I am going to say is that I'd rather upload regularly a okay video rather than upload irregularly a really good video. So that's sort of the approach going forward. I'm going to upload as regularly as I can, preferably once a week. It might be longer than that, it might be shorter than that, depending on how university work is going. What I can say is that I started on, I think it was 29 subscribers when I made the video. I've got a whopping 29 subscribers about my goal with YouTube, and I'm now on 63 subscribers, so I've roughly doubled it, which shows a little bit of growth. But any of you new people who are watching since then, if you have any sort of recommendations for areas that I can make videos about, things that you would find helpful, because that's ultimately what I want to do is help people. That's sort of my underlying goal, is to help people. So if you have any ideas, then please share them with me. But if you're watching this and you haven't watched my video about why I'm doing YouTube, I'd strongly recommend you have a watch at it and see if it resonates with you and maybe what you're doing at the moment. If you're starting a journey of some kind in the creative field, then maybe it will be interesting for you to watch. So anyway, thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and as always, I will see you in the next video.